Hi guys, I'm Cisconate and I wanted to talk to you today about how to configure smart licensing on a Firepower 2110 chassis running ASA code. So first things first are the requirements. You have to have a Firepower 2110 running ASA code. Second thing is you need a way to access the device. Now whether that's a management interface, a data interface, SSH, or console, it's up to you. Personally, I use reverse telnet from a terminal server going into the console. Next thing you need is DNS configured correctly on the device so it can resolve URLs. Another aspect is you need connectivity to the internet from that ASA. Last two things you need are a smart licensing account. If you don't know it or don't have it, stop now and go get it. You can get it either from your organization internally or from your Cisco AM or your Cisco PSS. Another thing you need is the virtual account under the smart account. Again, either your organization will give that to you, your Cisco AM, or your Cisco PSS. So with that out of the way, we'll go ahead and get into the actual demonstration now. All right, so here we are. First thing we'll do is we'll go to software.cisco.com. And the point of this is to verify that we do indeed have licenses available before going through all the trouble and effort of configuring this ASA. So once you're at software.cisco.com, you see in the top right here is a login button. Go ahead and click that. Provide my username, my password, and because Cisco is super secure, the Duo secondary authentication. And there we go. Now once this page is loaded, you'll see up here on the top right hand side is my name, and right next to that is the smart account that I'm currently viewing. If you're lucky enough to have more than one of these assigned to you, you'll be able to click the drop down and select another one, but for now this is the one I want to be in. For you, just make sure it's the correct account for you. Then you want to go to the licensing area here on the right hand side and click Smart Software Licensing. Now this drops you into their default dashboard, which defaults to the Alerts tab. You want to go ahead and click Inventory next. Under Inventory, this is where you finally get to choose the virtual account. So it defaults to the wrong account for me. I'm going to go ahead and choose Nate's Lab, which is the one I will be using for this account. And then it pulls up the relevant details. For you, you choose your virtual account that you were given. And then you want to go ahead and click the Licenses tab. Now for standard Firepower 2100 ASA licensing, you want to see a Firepower 2100 ASA standard. And then you want to make sure you've bought some and not used them all. So you can see here I've got one and it's not in use. Perfect, I'm ready to go. Next step is click the General tab. And what you want to do here is create what's called a Product Instance Registration Token. You click New Token. Now this is what allows you to have new ASAs or Firepowers join the portal and then start using licenses. So we're going to set it to expire for 30 days. I'm going to set it for 10 maximum uses and then allow export controlled functionality, which basically boils down to strong encryption on devices that register. Go ahead and click Create Token. Within a second, you should see it pop up here, and there's a little blue square with a key in it. You want to click that and copy the text there. This will be necessary for later on in the demonstration. So we're done with the smart licensing portal. From here, we're going to go ahead and hop right into the console connection to the Firepower chassis. I'm going to go ahead and log in with my credentials here. You will log in with the credentials you configured on yours. Once we're at the default prompt, you want to type connect ASA just to connect to the actual ASA. Type enable and log in with the credentials that you configured initially. Now from here, you want to do two things to make sure that you don't spend a lot of time trying to configure this only because of a simple earlier misconfiguration. First thing is you want to ping an IP address. Typically 8.8.8.8 is easy to remember. It's a Google server and I'm able to ping it. This verifies that my routing to the internet works properly. Next thing you want to do is then ping www.google.com. This verifies that your DNS resolution is also working. So now you've verified your routing and your DNS, both which are required to do smart licensing. Awesome, so we're done here. All right, we're gonna go ahead and config T mode. Type license, smart, register, ID token, and paste in the key that we just got and hit enter. Now, it's going to start trying to register on the back end. What you don't see is where it is in that process. So we can go ahead and type exit and say show license status. And this will tell us that, oh, it's actually already registered. This is perfect. You can see it just registered now, January 24th. So that's it. That is how you configure this. Now, if you have any additional problems, one likely issue, if you got this box from somebody else and it had been pre-configured, is you may see this failed. Now, we verified routing and DNS is working. The last thing you want to check if you have issues is your call home configuration for the license profile. So we're going to try profile license. And the specific entry you want to check is down the bottom here. You want to make sure transport method is HTTP and the address is tools.cisco.com/its/service/oddce/services/ddce service. That's it. If that is incorrect, you just need to go modify the call home configuration, update the address and the method, and then try to register your licensing again. Hope you guys had a good one.